Hey and welcome back to Kallerhult Creations. Today I am going to show you my massive pile of unused sketchbooks. Yeah, it's gonna be a long one. Grab a drink, stay hydrated. I have divided my huge pile into three piles. So we have watercolor and mixed media sketchbooks, we have sketchbooks or specialty sketchbooks, and then miscellaneous. So we're gonna go through them one by one. We'll start with this one, and then that one. So for my first pile of sketchbook we have my miscellaneous sketchbooks. First off we have this one from Rhodia, so it's just a yellow plain A6 sketchbook. Pretty thin paper, but I think I usually really like the paper that Rhodia makes, so I'm looking forward to using this someday. Then we have these two, which are the same, from Flying Tiger, so they are crunchy. Okay, yeah, they are blank sketchbook or notebooks that are like gold foiled here on the side. The paper quality is not the greatest in these, so I'm probably just gonna be using it for like ugly sketching or concept ideas or something. Here is another sketchbook from Flying Tiger, so this is a square one. It is 14 by 14 centimeters. And it's just a blank sketchbook. I've used Flying Tiger sketchbooks before and I quite like them because they're cheap and it's not too precious, and I really like the square format. It might be a bit too small for me, but we'll see when I get to it. The next one is a thick one. So I've already filled one of these as like a concept sketchbook or ugly sketchbook or whatever you like to call it. I don't know when or if I'm gonna get around to using this again, because I wasn't too fond of the paper, but it's just such a beast. Yeah. These are two random spiral bound sketchbooks. So this is from DocuSmart and this one is from B&T Home. I have no idea where I purchased this, but it has like very white, almost bluish grayish white paper with no texture, which I really like. However, I am not fond of spiral bound sketchbooks. I don't know why I have these. So these are about A5 size, 110 GSM, and this one is 100 GSM, so it's really thin paper. To be honest, I might give these to my kids to use as their sketchbooks, because I'm not a huge fan. Why did I buy these? I don't know. Here is another sketchbook from Flying Tiger, and this one is 21 centimeters instead of 14 like that one. I've already completed one of these sketchbooks. I think I mentioned it in my sketchbook I have started video. I leave a card up here. Same as the other ones. Paper quality is not great, but it's not precious and it's easy to use, so I will definitely be getting around to using this one. Next up we have the pile of sketchbooks. So some of them you've seen in previous hauls, but let's dive in. The first one from this category is this concertina sketchbook. I still haven't figured out what to do with this. I want to do something epic, and since I can't figure out what's epic enough, I haven't used it. Then we have this Sakura sketchbook with 80 sheets, 140 GSM paper. It has an elastic pocket in the back, a pen loop. I think it's just a random, really good, you know, sketchbook. It's supposed to take ink, pencil, oil pastels and charcoal. Very good. So yeah, I think I'm gonna enjoy this, and also this was not too expensive, so it's one of those that you feel that you can use without having to make epic artwork. This Hahnemüle cappuccino book is a bit different from the other ones because it has cappuccino colored pages inside. So it has 120 GSM, it has 80 pages, and I think it will look really cool to make alcohol marker illustrations in this, and because you have the middle tone, so either alcohol markers or color pencil and stuff. As I said, you have the middle tones and then you just have to work with shadows and highlights. So this is probably going to be one of those sketchbook I have alongside other, so I go and work in this one and work in the other ones. I have already used a Moleskine art sketchbook, so I know I like them. It's 165 GSM, so it's a bit thicker pages, and it also has a pocket in the back, I believe, and an elastic. It's an all-around a good sketchbook. Then we have this Leuchtturm 1917 180 GSM paper with very white paper. As you know by now, I mention it 150 times. I like white paper for my sketchbook, unless it's like the Hahnemüle one where it's supposed to be colored pages, but I don't like off-white or yellowish paper. So yeah, I think this one is going to be a good one. Here's another spiral bound sketchbook. Why did I buy it? I don't know. But this one I'm gonna keep for myself. It's a Winsor & Newton heavyweight sketchbook. It has 170 GSM. So I think, as I said before, I think I'm gonna give the other two to my kids. But I'm gonna keep this one for myself and try to get over the fact that it's spiral bound. How can I overcome my dislike for spiral bound sketchbooks if I don't use them? So I'm gonna use this one. We have worked our way down to the final categories of my new unstarted sketchbooks. So here we have watercolor sketchbooks and different mixed media sketchbooks. The first one is another Moleskine, but this is a watercolor notebook instead of, in comparison to the sketchbooks. So here we have 200 GSM paper instead of 165 GSM paper. It says flood each page with color, and here's observe, imagine, sketch and draw. So this one is supposed to be able to handle wet media watercolors. This is for dry media. So yeah. Another sketchbook I'm really looking forward to try is this from Stillman and Birn. So this is from the Zeta series, and it's extra heavyweight white smooth surface, 270 GSM, and 26 sheets or 52 pages. As you might have known if you've seen my previous video, I leave the link up here, a card up here, link in the description, card up here. This is an Epsilon sketchbook, and I absolutely love this sketchbook, so I am very curious to see how the paper holds up for a bit more water, more wet media in this one. Then we have this sketchbook from Clairefontaine. It's a Multi-Techniques mixed media sketchbook. It's soft cover, and it has 64 pages or 32 sheets. It's A5 size and 250 GSM. So extra thick paper, natural grain. It's gonna be exciting to use this one as well. This one might be the odd one out in this category because it says drawing paper here, but the reason I bought this is because someone I'm following on Instagram is using these ones for elaborate watercolor work, and it looks really nice. So I was like, I want to try that paper. Also, it's so pretty. But this sketchbook, or watercolor sketchbook, whatever, it's made by the company Fabriano. It has 200 GSM paper, it's 15 by 23 centimeters, so it's a bit bigger than an A5, and it has 48 sheets, so yeah. Then we have the Strathmore watercolor paper pad art journal. I've already used one of these, and I mixed reviews. I liked it, but it was quite a big difference between different pages, so I don't know if that one I used was one off, if it was an odd one out, or if that's how they work. But it's a soft cover art journal watercolor book. Here is the final unstarted sketchbook or watercolor book that I had. I had to zoom out a bit because it's so big. So this is the anniversary limited edition Winsor & Newton artist watercolor sketchbook. It has 40 sheets of 190 GSM paper, plus the history and development of watercolor. So this was quite nice. I've had this for several years, haven't started it. I'm gonna start it one day or another. So you have some nice information here. and then we move on to the papers. So, there we go. Which sketchbook do you think I should start with next? And I also want to know, when you have sketchbook, do you use one from like the beginning to the end and then start a new one, or do you have several going on at once? Leave a comment down below and tell me which sketchbook you think I should use next, and also how you use your sketchbooks. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. Hej då!